This segment brought to you in association with Burger King.
Sports time now. We go up to Mark Seal in the Sports Center. Mark, you just can't seem to stop Foundation.
Yeah, they're playing some good sports all around, especially in cricket, where it was a tough day for Queen's College, but Shane will get to that. We're going to go first to the Pan American Games, where Barbadian athletes Chelsea Tuac and Roberta Foster at the Pan Am Games in Lima, Peru, had tough outings. Tuac failed to advance past the second round of surfing, while equestrian athlete Foster reached the finals, but had to settle for 14th place in her event. CBC's Anne-Marie Burke reports.
Chelsea Tuac is unfortunately out of the Pan American Games surfing event, as today she lost her Women's Open Surfing Repechage Round 2 heat to Isabella Gomez of Colombia. Ironically, it was Gomez that she would have beaten in the opening rounds to advance to the second round. The repechage event allows for the athletes to compete to get a place back into the main draw. However, Chelsea was unsuccessful today, as Gomez had wave totals of 6.9 and 6.5 for an overall 13.40 in comparison to Chelsea's 6 and 4.83 that saw her for 10.83, and unfortunately she is out of the games. Meanwhile, Roberta Foster over in equestrian at the dressage event, the individual Grand Prix special, she was into the final, but she finished in 14th position with a 69.115 percentage on board her horse Chic Chic. The event was won by the USA's Sarah Lockman, who posted a 78.980 percentage on board First Apple. However, after the event, Roberta was delighted to even have made the final.
I've loved every single moment of it. I've smiled. I don't think I've ever smiled as much. It's been amazing. I don't think I've had any challenges. Honestly, I do not have a negative thing to say or think. I think everything has been amazing. It's just been for me to make it into the finals is, I kept saying, I can't believe I made it in the finals. I can't believe I made it, because I'm riding against, top-notch riders. So I'm blessed.
And with the Pan American Games over, she's already looking forward to what's next on her calendar.
I think my trainer has set goals. I think he is he's determined that I'm not finishing here. He's determined that I'm moving on up. So we'll think about it and discuss it, because obviously to do that I might have to leave my horse in Florida for a while. And I have a family, so going back and forth, we will see what happens.
And at 8 p.m. Barbados time, which is about 7 p.m. here in Lima, Peru, Darian King and Hayden Lewis will take to the tennis court for the men's doubles competition. They face a pair of Sergio Galdos and Juan Pablo Valares of Peru in what is expected to be a battle on center court. Reporting from the 2019 Pan American Games, I'm Anne-Marie Burke for CBC Sports.
Now on to cricket, where Foundation have repeated as BCA Under-15 cricket champions. They did so on day number 2 of the final at Darrells Road, a day that surprisingly went quickly downhill for amazed Queen's College. Foundation started the day on 65 for 3 in response to QC's first inning score of 135. Camario Grant resumed this morning on 10, and this short ball was pulled to square leg, and the resulting single brought up his 50. Meanwhile, at the other end was Captain Nathan Seeley, guiding this one wide of first slip and to the unprotected third-man boundary of the bowling of Preston Clark. Clark, though, would get both batsmen. First, Grant caught at backward point by a juggling Alex Marshall for 54, which included 4 fours and a 6. The score, 161 for 5. Grant and Seeley added 92 for the 5th wicket. However, before Seeley fell, he also reached his 50. This tug through mid-wicket brought him 2, and the landmark that included 5 fours. Now, here the last of those boundaries, a short ball, and the skipper went for all, but it bounced inside the rope. A couple deliveries later, Clark got his man, driving in the air to cover, and well taken by Micaiah Simmons. Seeley out for the top score of 58, is 179 for 6. Zachary Alexander only lasted 7 deliveries before he got a fine edge to the keeper, Micaiah Bartlett, for a duck. That was Clark's 4th, and the score is now 181 for 7. Caleb Jones also nicked one to the keeper. His goal was off the bowling of Simmons, and he was gone for 6. It's 192 for 8. Clark would get his fifer when he broke the edge of Renico Smith, caught by Gabriel Muhajiri for 9, and is now 192 for 9. Clark would have finished with 6 for 47, trapping Entari Haynes, LBW, playing across the line for just 1. Foundation, 196 all out for a first innings lead of 61. Simmons finished with 2 for 35, and Rashawn Hackett, 2 for 46. And QC in their second innings were bowled out for just 61 in 18.3 overs. Seeley followed up his performance with the bat by taking 5 for 19 with the ball. That was match figures of 10 for 62. Renico Smith took 2 for 31. Now with 1 to win, Foundation duly scored the run without any loss to win by 10 wickets with a day to spare.
Mark, a pretty good day for Windies A.
Yeah, not bad, bearing in mind how they've played so far in this series. The West Indies A batted the entire first day of the second unofficial test against India A at Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad. They are 243 for 5. Monson Hodge made 65, while Shamar Brooks got 53. More cricket later on, but now let's go to football, where $50,000 is the purse for the winner of the new Capelli Super Cup Football Invitational. The Barbados Football Association's out-of-season tournament has a total of 24 teams, inclusive of 12 Premier League sides. The winning team will receive $50,000, the runners-up $20,000, and the third-place team $10,000. Additionally, the most valuable player of the tournament and one lucky spectator will be receiving a brand new car. Compliments the Hyundai brand of Courtesy Garage. President of the BFA, Randy Harris, said the Capelli Cup is a bridge until a professional league can be established.
We expect that we'll have it going on from year to year until we can make a full transition to really having players earn a living out of playing the game. The Capelli Cup really is to have the public supporting us at football, not only by supporting their teams, but supporting football in general by coming to the football regularly. And of course, the car, right, is for anybody. You just have to have that lucky ticket. And they've helped us to procure 2 vehicles, one for the most valuable player of the tournament and the other for a lucky spectator. There are no extra tickets to be bought. You just buy a ticket when you come to witness the game, and you hold on to that ticket. And at the end of the tournament, all of your tickets give you a chance to win this wonderful vehicle.
FIFA's regional director, Marlon Glean, is also giving the governing bodies backing, noting that the format and benefits of the Capelli Cup are good for Barbados football.
FIFA is very excited to partner with the BFA on such a great event, or a great project. I believe, I'm very optimistic that this will springboard football in Barbados. I think it's a great opportunity, not only for the BFA, but also for the players and the fans. In light of all the football activities that are going on in the region and the world right now, in light of the new approach by the BFA, the hiring of a new coach, the investment in new leagues, in new competitions, in youth development, I believe this will be the catalyst or the springboard for future growth of the game in Barbados.
The Capelli Cup is scheduled for August 18th to October 13th. Now back to cricket, where the Windies T20 skipper Carlos Brathwaite says his team is taking one step at a time leading up to next year's World Cup Down Under. The captain says that before they can even think of defending the title, they are first focusing on India.
First up is India. Get through this series, then we have our Caribbean Premier League, and then it'll be interesting to see which guys put their hands up in the CPL. And then I think after the CPL, it's time to, I guess, reset of sorts, and look forward and plan everything, every series from then to the World Cup, and everything going forward from the CPL will be geared towards us retaining the title in Australia.
And he added that it's good to have the likes of Sunil Narine and Kieran Pollard back in the fold.
There are two leaders in the dressing room. However, quietly they go about their stuff, and it's a joy to have them back. I think we showed in the last T20 series under my captaincy in Bangladesh with a very young team, the brand of cricket that we want to play, and we know that this brand of cricket is synonymous with the brand of cricket that those two guys play, albeit with a lot more experience. So we're hoping that we can continue to portray that positive flair brand of cricket. And for those guys to add a little bit of experience, a little bit of knowledge, and for me as a captain as well, to have them to bounce ideas off on the field, that type of energy and that type of information is second to none.
Shane, that extract will make you feel old. I remember when you used to captain Carlos Brathwaite.
I don't know about that, Mark.